Good morning, everybody. And if it's not morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this, I just hope you have a good time. Okay, so of course I look crazy. Okay, I got on a nighttime shirt, some nighttime shorts because today is one of the days I just chill. I didn't have to change out of my PJs because I'm good. Anyway, so I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that if you do hear noises in the background, it's one of my 6 pets. I have a dog, I have a cat, I have a turtle, I have a tortoise, and I have 2 parakeets. That's Max. I guess he just decided to introduce himself. Most likely you'll hear my parakeets. They make the most noise, and then my dog Max is immediately after. Okay, so let's get into episode 9. Oh my god, it's been a long time coming. So let's talk about episode 9 of the freaking Jeffery. Okay, so to start off episode 9, Jeff is spending time at Columbia Correctional Facility. Okay, he's been served his time. He's been sentenced to 900 years in prison, as we learned from the previous episode, and he is spending his time. So we go into a scene where Jeff is like pretty cocky. He's cocky, like this prison time do not faze him. And if you just, I'm sorry, but if you just look at his face and his body language, the actor really did an amazing job portraying what Jeffrey Dahmer was actually like. So, okay, we go into a scene where Jeff gets a stack of mail. And this is when Jeff learns that he got fans. He had people, because Jeff spent so many years thinking that what he did was bad. And in this documentary, I have to admit, they did a good job of making people feel sorry for Jeffrey Dahmer. Almost like he could not help himself, like he just couldn't help it. So anyways, he starts getting fan mail, right? And it's these people, women, these females, these men, these people who actually praise this man. And they're actually I'm not gonna say they're glad that he did what he did, but they're fanned out by it. They appreciate what he did. You know what I'm saying? So they start sending him money, start sending him mail, so he's not lonely. He has somebody to talk to. One lady in particular sent him a message, a letter, and she asked him to autograph it and draw a picture. And he autographed it and he drew a picture and he sent it back to her, and she sent him $5. So people were just sending him mail, congratulating him. It's like people, because he was like the white girl's dream. Blonde eyes. I said blonde eyes. Like what? Blonde hair, blue eyes. He was just like every girl's dream at that time. Okay, so then we go into another scene, all right? And we go into Glenda. She is moving back into her apartment because, in the previous episodes, I'm sorry, y'all, please excuse my parakeets. They are always fighting. There are 2 males in the same cage, so they're always fighting. Anyways, so Glenda is going back to her apartment. Her daughter, Cassandra, is like, Mom, you don't have to do this. I will make a way out of no way. You can stay with us if you have to. Tommy, are you done? Tommy, are you done? So her daughter is she doesn't want her mom to go back to that apartment at all. She wants her mom to stay with her. But Glenda, she has a big heart. Glenda not having it. She's like, I gotta get from under y'all skin. I'm a grown woman. I can take care of myself. Cassandra, you are my daughter. You have your own life. Go live your own life. So Glenda goes back to her apartment. Now, mind you, Jeff is incarcerated at this time, so he is no longer Glenda's neighbor. She lived so long with Jeffrey as her neighbor. But you can tell that the support and that Jeffrey did still traumatize her. Okay, so in this scene we learn that, come on, Elle. This is where we learn that everybody in that apartment building was going through a very, very traumatic stage in life where they created their own support group where if they were having bad dreams or going through a bad time or remembering the shit that Jeffrey Dahmer did, they would all meet up in this space at the bottom of the apartment building. And it's where they would all go. They would all go They would all lay there and they would all sleep there and talk about the dreams that they were having, the nightmares that they would have, and they would support each other. And that's where they would sleep throughout the night. And then in the morning, they would all go about their own ways and live their own lives and continue. But it's just at night when they can't sleep, they will all meet up together and they would talk about the things that they saw, the things that Jeffrey did, the smells that they smelled, the noises that they heard. I don't think people realized how much of an impact Jeffrey Dahmer's actions had upon not just people who lived beside him or above him, but the whole entire complex that he lived in. They lived in that same complex. They saw things that they were not supposed to see. They heard things they were not supposed to hear. They smelled smells they were not supposed to smell. So then we learned that Lionel, the father of Jeffrey Dahmer, Lionel Dahmer, he wrote a book about Jeffrey's whole life. Now, he's excited about this book, and this part kind of made me kind of mad because I just felt like he was profiting from the damage that his kid created. His kid was a fucking devil, and he didn't see Jeffrey as a devil. And to a certain extent, I kind of understand, because at the end of the day, that is your child. Your child does no wrong in your eyes, and when you become a mother, you will kind of feel what I'm saying, and you will kind of feel how Mr. Dahmer, Senior, how he felt. Like, that was his son, so he felt like his son done no wrong in his eyes. He was there for his son. Anyways, he wrote a book, okay? And the public started finding out about this book, and they were not happy about it at all. So all of the victims and their families got together and they sued. So now we go into the Asian kids, and I know when I start describing, like, I say the Asian kid, and I say Jeffrey's murderer, or I say Jeffrey's dad or Jeffrey's mother, I know all of their names. It's just that I just felt like I wasn't in a predicament to put names in my video. So anyways, we go into this Asian kid, the Asian kid that died, the 14-year-old boy. We go into their life. They were just important as Tony's murder. They were just important as every other murder that Jeffrey Dahmer ever did. They were just as important. So they kind of zoomed in, a lot on the family of the Asian 14-year-old that died. I'm not sure what his ethnicity was or his race. I don't really know. I just don't know. So I just say the Asian kid. And I honestly mean no disrespect whatsoever. So now we take a trip into their life. And this is where we learn that the Asian boy's dad was not okay. Glenda did a good job of keeping up with him, and we'll learn that at the end of episode 9, and then at the beginning or within episode 10, we'll learn that Glenda kept up with them. It's because she saw what happened. She saw the police, she saw the police officers give back the drunken body of a fucking 14-year-old to Dahmer. So she knows what's going on, okay? So, like I said, we take a step into their life. The dad is obviously not okay. He's going through a lot at the time, and he's missing his son. So in this scene, we learned that, like I said, the father is taking it very well. Yes, Glenda is there for them, but it's only so much she can do. At the end of the day, she's still just a citizen. She's still just Dahmer's neighbor. She's not an officer. She's not, she don't work with the law or anything. She's just a neighbor. So, but she is there as much as she can. So, okay, then we learned that their family is getting these harassing phone calls. It's really people telling them because they don't want them to file a lawsuit. So, and spoiler alert, I'm sorry I have to say it now to make it make sense. It's the 2 police officers that actually returned the little boy back to Jeffrey Dahmer. So it's their fault that a little kid is dead. So not only do they not feel any sense of remorse, no guilt, no nothing, but They are harassing. So we learned that they're calling his family, telling him, you need to just get out of the country, get back on the boat, go back where you came from. And we learned that this is literally driving this man crazy. It changed him. He's no longer the happy, bubbly father that he used to be. He's not the same anymore, okay? His son is dead. And we learned this at a wedding of his other son. So his other son was able to move on and find love and learn how to love, obviously, because he's getting married. And that's where we learned that the police officers are the two people that are actually calling this man and taunting his entire family. And the man goes absolutely berserk. He literally goes crazy. He loses it. Okay, so then we go into this weird scene where the two officers won officers of the fucking year. Now, this part is confused, and you know what? I could be wrong, and if I am, please go into the comments and correct me, because I had to watch this scene twice. I'm thinking about going back and watching it a third time and doing an updated video just in case I'm saying this wrong. But they won officers of the year, and I don't understand how. I don't understand why. I just don't get how they won officers of the fucking year. But simultaneously, Galinda is also winning a achievement award for her part in everything she did, everything she tried to do. But don't start. I just don't understand how that happened. Like, I don't understand how they could win. They get so quiet when my cat go up there. She would really shut them up. Anyway, so time goes by, and this scene is just showing what's really going on in between all this time. And Jeffrey's grandmother, she dies, which I kind of felt no remorse for her either. She did help with that one kid in another previous episode, but I still feel like there was so much more she could have done. I just feel like she should have paid more attention to him. She should have. It was more she could do. So, anyways, the Asian family, they sue and they win a lawsuit for $850,000. Now, mind you, they lost a kid. $850 does not replace the life of another human being, regardless of his ethnicity. So that $850,000 had to be split between all of the victims. So he got $32,000 for losing his son. $32,000. That's it. So yeah, they were able to sue for the officers and the whole department for neglecting their right to protect and serve. So they did win that lawsuit, like I said, for $850,000. Each family got $32,000 to replace the life of their child. $32,000. Just let that sink in. I'll wait. So episode 9 ends kind of crazy, okay? So the building where Jeffrey Dahmer lived is being demolished. I say good riddance. They tell all the tenants that they have 60 days to move out. You know, they're giving them 2 months to, you know, get your shit and go, because we're about to tear this fucking building down. It has done so much damage to this city. And that just speaks volumes at how much damage one person can do to an entire city. They demolished the whole fucking building, the entire building. Okay, they demolished it, and then we go back to Jeffrey in prison, and he is attacked in the throat with a knife by another inmate. We thought he was dead, but wasn't no knife gonna stop no fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. But I do have a surprise for y'all. Episode 10. If you haven't already seen it, go watch it, because I'm going to tell it. And I will see y'all tomorrow for